So you want to go ahead and put those on now, and you'll start hearing the show. And then when we start, that will stop in there. Is that close enough for you? You comfortable? Okay, comfortable, good. And that will stop, so it won't be on while we're talking.
Okay.
All the people that come on my show, these are ads that I do that are really fun, and I'll tell you about them afterwards, but don't worry about it right now.
Okay.
So welcome back, everyone. We are live on Facebook, so hi to everybody out there. My next guest is Mark Waldron, and he is a partner in the firm Elysium. Elysium. Oh my God, I told you I was going to say it wrong.
That's
Oh my
okay.
God, this was a hard one. You got to tell everybody a little bit about yourself, what you do, and why you call it Elysium.
Thanks, Carol. So I'm an estate planning lawyer. Been practicing in Arizona since 2007. Very passionate about what I do. I enjoy going to work. I think that helping people work through their estate planning issues is something that I was born to do. I love what I do. Elysium is an interesting name because in ancient Rome, people referred to heaven as Elysium or paradise. And so we chose that is because a lot of what we do is helping people prepare for the various issues that families face as we age.
And it's one of the most important things that people can do as we age.
Absolutely. If you care about your family, if you have very specific ideas of how you want things to play out, you must plan.
Absolutely. And what you say is that your tagline is supporting you every step of the way.
Correct. We're not just an estate planning firm. Not a lot of people are probably aware of this, but a couple of years ago, the Arizona bar enabled lawyers to partner with other types of companies. So we've got wealth managers, we've got tax professionals, we've got mortgage professionals. We're also a full service law firm. The idea being we want to be able to take care of as many needs as we can for our customers.
So you have offices in Tucson, Chandler, and Mesa, rated with the Better Business Bureau, 5-star rated everywhere. And one of the things that we're going to do today is open up the lines of the audience for everyone to get entered in to win an estate plan, and it is a $3,500 value free to you or anyone you know. Because let me tell you something, when you listen to this show, a lot of it is about, maybe it's not you, maybe your parents, tell them about this. So we're going to open up our lines here at 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show. Everyone should do this. I tell you, if you're 18 years on up, correct?
Absolutely, especially folks that are married with children. There's no better thing you can do for your family than prepare in the way that an estate plan causes your family to prepare.
So again, we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win a free estate plan. It is a $3,500 value free to you or anyone you know, and our number here is 602-277-5369. So their website is myelysium.com, and I want to spell that out. So he made it so hard I can't believe it. But anyway, it's fun. So ELYSIUM.com, myelysium.com. Their phone number is 480-626-8525. And what I want to also tell everybody out there that you are doing some huge, and you do this all the time, discounts. I want you to talk about those too.
Yes, thanks, Carol. And it's one of the reasons I wanted to come on your show today. 9/11 is obviously a day of remembrance for very important reasons, but at our firm, we value first responders, we value veterans, we value teachers, nurses, and our discounts for that group of people, they're not small, they're very large discounts, and we're more than happy to do it. We love working with these people, and we want to give back to those who give so much to us.
So we're going to start going kind of narrow and deep on these estate plans and why people should do them, okay? Number one is probate, right?
Yeah, and that's a big one in Arizona. There are states where a probate for a lost loved one can happen and be wrapped up in a couple of months, and unfortunately Arizona is not one of those states. Your average probate's gonna take 8 to 12 months. It's gonna cost thousands of dollars, and why put your family through that? A trust is a great way to avoid it, and it will allow your family to immediately handle the family's affairs once the time comes without having to go through that painful process.
You do free consultations, and one of the things that you said before you came on is that you help people fund that trust for free.
Correct. There are a number of things that our firm does that I have not heard that other firms do. They may, but I'm not aware of it, that we're very proud of. One is, when we quote you a cost, that's your cost. All of the questions that you have, as many appointments that may be needed to get it done, we will not charge extra for that. When we prepare a trust for you, a lot of firms will just kind of send you home with your binder and a list of instructions on how to get your assets into your trust. We won't do that. We've got a department that will help you until the last asset is funded in your trust. We want your trust to do what it was planned to do. We don't want it to be a useless piece of paper on your shelf.
Now, I want to go back over here, okay? What does a client experience? What does it look like when they come in? I know you were very proud about that too, because they're going to come in and you do some things that are very special.
We do. We roll out the red carpet. We want it to be a very positive experience. Unfortunately, many people are intimidated by meeting with a lawyer and they don't know what to expect. And so when you come into our office, there'll be welcome signs. We'll offer you something to drink, and we'll sit down and we'll have a conversation and we'll get to know your family. We want to know everything that there is to know about your family. Estate planning is not one size fits all. And in order for us to provide you with the best plan possible for your family, we need to get to know your family.
Well, we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered into it's an estate plan. And it's a $3,500 value free to you or anyone you know. And our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. I have to ask you, I didn't ask you before, but I'm going to ask you this now. And if you do, you do, and if you don't, you don't, okay? Do you do second opinions?
Absolutely. You'd be surprised how many people have a trust that's maybe aged a number of years, and they want to make sure that based on how their family's grown and based on how the laws have changed, is it still going to do what I expect it to do? And we'll review that for them for very little cost. And if they decide that they need an update, we'll of course apply that to the cost.
Dust them off and bring them out, because I'll tell you what happened to me, okay?
Okay.
I have one, and I think I did it like maybe a couple of years ago, right, whatever. And guess what? I'm going in the hospital, I'm getting some surgery, so I thought, I better check that out, right? There were so many things that need to be changed, and that was just in like the couple of years that things need to change. So it's really important. What do you suggest for people that, that have them?
I think that's a great question. Our recommendation is that you look at your plan about every 5 years. Families change, kids grow, kids move, circumstances change. And so one of the services that our firm is very proud of is that if we've done your estate plan, we will amend it every 5 years for free. We want your estate plan to last forever. That's our goal.
That's pretty awesome. And you also do big discounts for first responders as well as nurses and teachers. And they're going to treat you when you get in there like a queen and king. You're like that. You said you...
That's our goal. We want you to leave having not been intimidated, but having met a new friend and feeling like you were valued and listened to, and that your goals were met through our efforts.
They have offices in Tucson, Chandler, and Mesa. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau. 5-star rated everywhere. You can check them out. It's myelysium.com. Thank God I did it again right. I got to look at him. That was a hard one. So my Elysium, it's spelled ELYSIUM.com, and the phone number is 480-626-8525, and they do second opinions, they do free consultations, and we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win an estate plan, and that includes everything, correct?
It includes a trust, it includes a pour-over will, a health care directive, durable power of attorney, most of what a good estate plan requires.
Well, I'm telling you, folks, anyone that hasn't had that done and you ever thought, oh, you know, or you have and you haven't looked at it in a long time, please do. We've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win. It's a complete estate plan, and it's a $3,500 value, free to you or anyone you know. And our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. What is the process when they come in? You gotta get to know them first, right?
Absolutely.
And then how long does the whole thing take once you've had that, gotten to know them a little bit?
So it can be done in as quick as a couple of weeks. Our process is usually 2 to 3 meetings. In that first meeting, we'll spend an hour. If we need to spend more, we will. Getting to know your family. Tell us about your children. Tell us about your estate. Tell us about your goals. And then we'll start to talk about various options of meeting those goals. We'll make suggestions. And then in the next meeting, we'll go over what we've done and make changes and get it right. And even after signing, for the next 90 to 120 days, I tell all my clients, we've made a lot of really important decisions for your family. If you felt like you've changed your mind in any way, let me know and we'll amend that for free. We want your estate plan to be exactly what you wanted it to be.
We've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win a complete estate plan, and our number here is 602-277-5369. Check them out on their website, which is Elysium, ELYSIUM.com. Hang tight, we'll be back in just a minute.
Thank you.
Okay, how'd you like that?
I like that.
Okay, good. I'm gonna ask you some other questions, because
Okay.
some of your questions seem more, not about the estate plan, of things that they need and why it's important to those kinds of
Okay.
things. So I'm gonna try and come up with those, okay?
Let's do it.
So, for you, you say that, what is the number one question that you get asked all the time?
Probate is a big one. People have heard horror stories. Like, how do I avoid probate? And so in Arizona, if you don't have an estate plan or if you have a will, probate's unfortunately going to be required. And so really the most important way to avoid it is with a trust.
A lot of people don't have a will, or
They
they
don't.
don't have it.
Right.
I mean, look at the stars that we've had just now. Can't remember his name now. Purple Rain. What's his name?
Yeah,
Michael
Prince.
Jackson did not have. Prince did not have.
Correct.
And either did. I think. I can't remember her name now. Died recently. Aretha Franklin, I think it was.
Yeah.
Did not have a will.
You're
A
absolutely
lot
right.
of people, you would think that they must have attorneys and things like that. Don't have a will. Why is that?
Good question. I think there's two. One, I think people are intimidated by meeting with a lawyer, unfortunately.
I bet.
Two, people do not like to consider their mortality. It's an easy thing to put off. It's an easy thing to procrastinate. I'm ashamed to admit my wife had to put pressure on me to do my own, and I do this for a living. So I understand the nature to want to procrastinate that. I really do. But if you do put it off and you put it off too long, you're creating a higher likelihood of family disagreement, a higher likelihood of litigation, and what you're doing is you're leaving what's going to happen with your estate after the fact up to other people. You're not making those decisions, you're leaving those up to others.
Now, you talked about a pour-over will,
Mm-hmm.
okay? I'm gonna tell a story. I mean, I won't do it, I'll do it now, because I don't want to take much too time, but a lot of people
No,
like
please
me
do.
to do it.
I'd like
But,
to hear.
like, my dad thought he had everything done,
Mm-hmm.
right? And he had a pour-over will. And unfortunately, he typed it out. Because he was cool. He thought, oh, I got a computer, so he thought that was cool, right? And he did not sign it. He did it by typing.
Okay.
So, but he didn't sign it, and he didn't have it notarized. So, what was it worth?
Well, wills are it's better off to have it signed and notarized, obviously, because then there's no doubt that that's the person that signed
Exactly.
it and that it's a valid will. An unsigned or an unvalidated will can be upheld in a court of law.
Oh, that's
But-
good to know.
But it's just better to do it right, isn't it?
I bet. So welcome back, everyone. You know, we're talking about estate plans, and a lot of people, they put their heads in the sand when it comes to these, and people don't like to think, I think they think that when they do it, that's it, they're gonna die, you know?
Yeah.
They also, you said, they don't like to talk about mortality, right? But, and I know some people even that say, oh, I don't have a lot, so I don't need to do that. But there's many things that are in a will that are important for you, just in case what happens if you don't die and you're in the hospital and
Yeah.
you're now incapacitated.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, Carol. If you're incapacitated and you're unconscious in a hospital, unless you've taken the time to do a healthcare directive, a durable power of attorney, what's gonna happen to you in terms of your medical decisions? People have to guess what you might have wanted. If you've determined that in advance, then you can be rest assured that your wishes will be followed through with.
And our number here is 602-277-5369. Everyone is getting entered into a complete estate plan. It is a $3,500 value, free to you or anyone you know. And our number here again, 602-277-5369. They do also do second opinions, so even if you have one, if you haven't looked at it in a while, and I mean, mine was 2 years, so I would get it out, I would take a look at it, I would have them do a second opinion. They do have offices in Tucson, Chandler, and Mesa. They do free consultations, and not only that, when it's all done, they also can help you fund it into the trust for free. They say that they're supporting you every step of the way, and what they also are is a law firm that is a one-stop shop. So I got all that out. They're also rated with the Better Business Bureau and 5-star rated everywhere. I want to talk about the importance of going to an attorney, and because a lot of people, they go to Dr. Google, right, and they see that they can get this, whatever it is, and they just do it right off of online. What do you feel about that?
I think for most people, you're probably going to miss something. We've often heard the phrase that somebody who represents themselves has a fool for a client, and I don't like it. I think it's a little mean, but I think for those with children, for those with in the middle class, there are many, many factors that should be taken in consideration that you may or may not get right just by looking into Google. A lawyer with years of experience can guide you through the morass of information that's out there, and there is a lot of bad information out there, unfortunately.
And unfortunately, one of the other things that you had said, because I asked you, why don't people do this? Why doesn't everyone just do it? Excuse me. And you said that some people are, they're intimidated by attorneys. You can't be intimidated by you. That's impossible.
I work my best to be as normal and unintimidating as possible. I know those aren't, that's not exactly a word, but the point I'm trying to make is I believe that there are lots of lawyers that are just nice, regular people, and that's the way I try to present myself. I think those that have gone to meet with me, and if you look at my Google ratings, they've generally had an experience where they felt like they were listened to and that I was compassionate.
I can imagine. I see it and I hear it right from you. What is the most common misconception about estate plans that people don't know?
I think the most common is that I can die without an estate plan and things are generally going to work out. My family's still going to get everything. That may or may not happen. I think if you want to make sure that your children or loved ones or charities that you might support, if you want them to benefit from your estate, it's better to plan and know for certain that things will play out the way you had hoped.
I agree wholeheartedly. We have our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win a complete estate plan from them, and that is a $3,500 value, free to you or anyone you know. And our number here is 602-277-5369. With an estate plan, you know, a lot of people say, I don't have anybody, I don't have children. okay? What do you think about that?
I've met with people who have that concern, but the idea of having their money just escape to the state also is not a satisfying answer. You do not have to have children to have an estate plan. A lot of people feel very passionately about certain charities. There are a number of charities that we've designed estate plans to make sure that they benefit when somebody passes. It's a very common way to handle your affairs in such a way so that you can benefit society the way you feel is best.
Mm-hmm. I think it's so important, and when you think about it, because today, like, you know, when you call Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you have to have you have to prove who you are,
Right.
just to do that,
Mm-hmm.
okay? When you go in the hospital and something happens where you're still in the hospital, incapacitated or whatever it is, now your children have to go through that process. If you do not have these things in place, how hard does that make it for everybody?
It can make it hard. I have visited clients in the hospital. Obviously, they have to be conscious, and they have to have their faculties, but just because you've waited so long doesn't mean that all is lost. If I have to, I'll go to the hospital to get it done for you. But certainly getting it done before an emergency makes the most sense and is going to give you a peace of mind that perhaps you don't see coming.
So another thing I was thinking about is that a lot of people maybe think that they have one.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't need to be, I'm okay. And even if they might say, oh, I made it and it's just stuck, that's the way, it's not, they can't redo them,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or update them, I should say it that way, right? Do a lot of people think that?
People think all kinds of things. And the good thing is if you have an idea but you're not quite sure, you don't have to pay to come consult with me. If you want to go over your options and consider what your best option might be, let's have a discussion. It won't cost you anything.
Right.
At least you'll leave away better informed.
And that's important, but what's really important is that you get it done.
Absolutely.
It really truly is, and it's a lift off of you, you know?
It really is. I see it every day. People leave frequently saying, I feel so much better. I've been worried about this for years. I can't believe I didn't do it sooner.
Right.
I hear that all the time.
Again, you can call them. Their phone number is 480-626-8525. They do second opinions. They do free consultations. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau. They're 5-star rated everywhere. You can check them out on their website, which is myelysium.com, and it's spelled ELYSIUM.com. And again, we have our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win a complete estate plan. It's a $3,500 value, free to you or anyone you know. And our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free is 1-866-536-1100. When I would say, I'm going to do this for you. I'm just going to ask you, what would be your final words to everybody out there that they, when it comes to this, to really help them? You know, we're on this day of all day, you know, we have so many people lost their lives and things that happen, and oh my God, listen to that right there. It says it all by being on here just on this day.
Yeah.
And how important it truly is for everyone to do it.
I believe it to be extraordinarily important, and I chose this day for reasons that are really important to me. I value first responders and veterans, and I want to give back. And so our discounts, as I mentioned previously, they're not minor discounts, they're very big discounts for people in that group. And it's because we love working with you, we want to help you out, and we want to return a little bit of what you've given to the rest of us.
And thank you. And you know, today of all days, you know, we're so many people, it's a somber day. And when you think about this and the things that you hear on this show, again, what I also say, maybe you are younger, but you have parents, or, you know, maybe they should talk about getting it out and dusting it off and seeing what may need to be changed. You will be surprised when you bring it out how
Right.
many changes might need to be made. Is that correct?
It is, and you know, there's nothing to lose by at least looking. As I mentioned, we can talk about it for free, and then you can make a decision afterward.
So the phone number again, it's 480-626-8525. They do these second opinions. Their offices are located in Tucson, Chandler, Mesa, and they do free consultations, rated with the Better Business Bureau, 5-star rated everywhere. Call here at 602-277-5369. It's myelysium.com.
Thanks, Carol.
Did you like it?
I loved it. I mean, it was a lot of fun.
What's that?
It was